What's up? Alex1 here. Today we'll look at round 9 of the Holzeland toernooi. That's Dutch. Tournament in Vlissingen. And I played against a namesake, a guy named Timmermans as well. But the guy's not family. I know the guy, but Ivo, his name is. Whereas my name is Mark. Yeah, I have never played against him, but I saw on the database that he played E4 all the time and always played the Spanish. So I kinda was worried here actually, because I played F5 and I saw he played against my father, and my father plays the same opening as me. But yeah, I saw he was kind of well prepared here. And yeah, I mean, my opening choice was kind of interesting because, well, it's hard to get some sort of active position with black in this line. If your opponent is well prepared, then you can almost always get a small plus or just a drawn position with no play for black. I mean, so yeah, normally I play d5 here. Oh, my sensitivity is way up. My mouse. So yeah, this line is the line I usually play. But I saw he had good scores in this line, and I figured I'll go for something stranger. Well, not strange, but something he doesn't expect. I don't know if he prepared against me, but yeah. So you could also play knight f6 here. I was looking at all sorts of stuff. I was looking at something else other than f5 here. I was looking at a6, but I was afraid of this. That's boring as well. Yeah, what else is there? I was looking at c5 at move 1, but yeah, that's really not in my repertoire at all. So I played this knight f6, which is known as the main line nowadays. There are two moves here. Knight takes f6 and queen e2. If queen e2, then you can play d5, g takes, and now d4. Bishop g7 takes and castle. This is kind of solid for black actually. Instead he took and he played queen e2. And now bishop e7 is the move. You're sacrificing a pawn, but you get a lot of it in return, because you can't really defend it, because if d6 then d4. That's kind of nasty. So bishop e7, and he took here, which is fine. And there are two moves here, d takes and b takes, and I think b takes is the most critical, but he said that he didn't see this line. But this is known as the main line nowadays, so I kind of like it. And here he castled, which is not known at all. I did prepare this though, and I have this in my file about the Yanish. But yeah, by far the most natural move is knight takes e5. d4 is actually kind of interesting here. And queen takes e5 is just not that good, because you can just castle and go d6, and the bishops now are a big factor. But knight takes e5 is by far the main move, and you have to go queen e6 here, if I recall correctly. And you could go in many ways here actually, but yeah. Actually, I think c5 is even a mover, but that's kind of interesting. Anyways, he castled here, and I wasn't 100% sure what to do. I thought d6 might be a good move, but I was kind of afraid of d4. And then I remembered that I had this in my file, and I tried to recall it, and it kind of worked, because I saw this line, and then it all clicked somewhat. I don't know. I just remembered it. You can take here. He took back. If he takes on f6, we can take on e2. And now you can take on f6. And although material is equal here, we are better. We have pressure on this b pawn. We have an open e file to work with. We are just simply better here. So he has to take back. We take on e5, and now I knew that rook e1 is a move here, and you can castle long then. And if f4, you can go e4. That's all I knew. So if he takes, we obviously can check here, play bishop f6, and this is kind of annoying for him. But instead he didn't go for rook e1, he went f4, which is kind of a good move actually. Because we don't want to take here, because then we're never fighting for an advantage here. This is always at least better, well, at least a draw, and otherwise it's better for white. And yeah, so I figured e4. As I said, the line before is all I knew, so I knew that if rook e1 we can castle long, because this is a transposition. So he went bishop e3 here actually. And now we castled short. In this case we wanted to go short to have some pressure on this pawn on f4. Probably long is also fine, I don't know. He can take on a7 due to c5 and now king b7. So castle short, rook a1, bishop d6, all kind of natural, rook d4, and he offered a draw here. And against guys I like, and I kind of like this guy, I find it hard to decline a draw. If they ask, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But I wanted to have a plus score, and if I drew, then my score would be around 0.0. I wouldn't win any rating, and yeah, because the norm was out of the window after round 7, then I just wanted to win some rating. So I played on, and I played rook a e8, and now we went for after the a pawn with the rook a4. It's kind of an interesting move as well to go to c4 actually. But it feels natural to go after this a pawn because you want to be able to create a passer. The downside is that if you take the c pawn, you can always still take the a pawn because this bishop on e3 is kind of handy. So now we took on f4. He took back, which is probably not the best actually. Gives me some chances, and rook e1. Yeah, it's also it's probably easier to take here, and if rook e5 just go to a3 or something. I can still go rook c4, c5 here, but I guess rook c3. And these pawn structures are kind of similar. If rook f3, then probably a4 and just rook a1. The engine says it's a draw here. Let's see what the line is. Rook b2. Oh, not that. It's just rook c1. Yeah, okay. I agree. Rook a8 takes. I don't know. So many moves. F3. F3 is even a draw here, but h4. Let's just play this computer line out. King e8 wasn't the computer suggestion actually. Rook a7 was. King g2, king d7, g6, and now it's a draw. Just a repetition. Yeah, I mean, there are probably a bunch of ways to draw here, but the moves he plays just give me something to hold on to. I mean, this move gives me a chance to attack this f-pawn. Yeah, this rook e5 is kind of interesting. Now he takes on e7. Now I checked, so he has to decide where to go. h1 is probably bad because I could just take here, and he can never take here due to rook f1. So we went to f1, and now we played rook f5, rook gf5. The idea is that after rook e2 we want to go e3. Takes king somewhere, and takes on c2. And hope that we can, well, achieve something with our active rooks. I wasn't too sure that we'd have anything, but yeah, I could also try. Um, always try. I mean, there's no harm in trying, and I can never really lose this position, so I'm in no risk here. Instead, he went rook takes e7, and now we do get some real chances. So he took on e4, and now this h5 move is pretty good. If we don't have this one, if we play h6 for instance, he can go rook c4 and try and get his own rooks on the 7th and just outright win or draw, I mean. But this h5 is, we have to make some air for our king, so moving this h pawn is kind of nice, and by moving it to h5 we're stopping rook g4, and this is just pretty hard for him to cope because he's just too slow now. He played rook e3 trying to get to g3, but now we're quicker, because this wasn't possible before. If we played rook d5 here, for instance, we would lose at once. So now rook g3 loses the other way around. So instead he checked now, and he played rook f8. If we check now, we can go to f1 with this rook and defend it. But instead we have this rook dd2. And now he's just too slow. Our rooks are on the 7th, and although the material is equal now, and these pawns will probably all fall, and the only one that might fall is this one, the c6 pawn. So he tried rook c3, but we just took on b2 and he resigned here. The line that you have to calculate is rook takes e6, rook g2 check, king f1, rook takes a2, threatening mate in 2 places. So just back, rook g2, rook takes a2, rook g2, rook c2, and now it's just over. This is the same ending as Ernst had against me in round 7. After taking, there's just 2 pawns which are never going to be stopped, and he saw this, I saw this, and he just resigned here. So yeah, kind of a clean game. I kind of like this game to end this this tournament with, because he wasn't that bad actually. He has a rating of 21. Let me quickly check. 21. Okay, I can't really find it, but 2170, I think, something like that. So yeah, a quick game like that with black. Final round of the tournament. Yeah, it was fine. So we had a slight plus score in the tournament. We won about 13 rating points, if I recall correctly. And yeah, kind of happy with that result. Mostly happy with the win against Ikonikov. And the 2 draws against in round 1 and round 8. Yeah, those are unlucky, I guess. Round 1 was just bad. Round 8 was just somewhat unlucky. The guy played a good game. A good tournament, even. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this series and also this game. And see you guys next time. Bye bye.